The last civilian lighthouse keeper in the country served his Brooklyn community until he died 20 years ago. Now his grandson wants to raise awareness about the historic structure and his family's legacy. Hannah Kliger has more.
For Scott Schubert, a visit to Grandpa's house was a rare look at living history.
We didn't really realize how special it was until we grew up.
His grandfather's name was Frank Schubert. He was the last civilian lighthouse keeper in America. He moved here with his wife and 3 kids in 1960. The tall white beacon became like a member of the family. Scott's parents married on its front lawn. The light was eventually automated in 1989, but Schubert continued to live here and care for it until his death in 2003.
A lot of people don't know that it's here. You know, it's the lighthouse of Brooklyn that nobody knows exists. So it's just really cool to be able to share that with people.
Officials from the U.S. Coast Guard say lighthouses like these helped make our city what it is today.
The port of New York and New Jersey has very rich maritime history. Currently, it's the second largest port in the United States, and it's within the top 20 in the world.
Lighthouse tech Benjamin Mooney is responsible for maintenance and upkeep.
What's so profound about this lighthouse is that it still has the older equipment inside of it, but it still works perfectly and without issue, like more than any of these other lighthouses that I've worked on.
The problem is the lighthouse is typically off limits, located inside a gated community. The only way for an average person to get a good look is from a boat on the water.
Scott says it's the first time he's been able to visit in a decade, this time with some special guests, his 9-year-old niece, Lily, and her 4th grade class.
I have always been curious of it because I've seen lots of photos. I was impressed, but before this, I really didn't know how amazing and hardworking he did just for the lighthouse job.
There have been talks about applying to get it landmarked, but something like that can take years. So for now, Scott is dedicated to sharing his stories of the old man and the sea. In Coney Island, Brooklyn, Hannah Kliger, CBS News, New York.